Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. And today we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers offseason plan should be after being eliminated the other night by the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Lakers season ended in 5 games. After everybody was saying Lakers were going to win in 5 games. And so I think this Lakers team, they have to make some adjustments going into next season. You have to add in some size. You got to go after a big man this offseason. I think there are many guys you can go after in the trade market. I think Nick Claxton is definitely one of them. And you know what? You've got a lot of other opportunities that this Lakers team might have to go. And get one of the ideas I really like is that going after Daniel Gafford to me is a potential for this Lakers team. That's a trade target I'd go after. It's not going to be hard to get him. Like if you go after Nick Claxton, I think that's going to be a little bit of a heavier price. Daniel Gafford, expiring deal. Dallas might be looking to get rid of him because of AD and Derek Lively being on that team, and I think Derek Lively, potentially Dallas is going to want him to have the keys to that center position next season potentially. I mean, I if I were Dallas, I'd just keep Gafford because I think having 3 monster centers on your roster like Dallas does with Lively and Gafford and AD could be deadly, but you could look to trade him and get something back because Gafford is, an expiring deal, and I don't know if he would re-sign with Dallas, not this free agency, but next year's free agency in 2026. So it wouldn't be a terrible idea to look to trade him. And if the Lakers, here's a couple things you could offer. I mean, a second-round pick and Gabe Vincent could be nice. I mean, and that's probably the most the Mavs could get for Daniel Gafford. Maybe Dalton Knecht and a second-round pick, but I don't know if the Lakers are going to be willing to let go of Dalton Knecht for an expiring deal. I think if Gafford had another year on his deal, maybe another 2 years on his deal, I think Knecht would be a no-brainer. Like for the Mark Williams deal, they're giving up Knecht in that trade. Mark Williams had another year or 2 on his deal. It was like a 2 or 3 year thing that the Lakers would have had him for. Now Gafford, it could be a one and done for this Lakers team. So I think you can look at it and think that, you wouldn't be able to get Dalton Knecht for Gafford, but you could get Gabe Vincent in a second-round pick. And Gabe Vincent could be a good addition to this Dallas Mavericks team because keep in mind, Kyrie Irving's going to be out until January, mid-January most likely. So to have another point guard on this roster, because you got Dinwiddie and Dante Exum are free agents. Who knows what will happen with those two guys? So adding in a point guard like Gabe Vincent who has played with Anthony Davis before to potentially step up while Kyrie is out could be a good addition for this Mavericks team. I don't think you could look this could be a Lakers Mavericks trade for Nico Harrison where it could be looked at as a solid trade because Gabe Vincent. It's an expiring contract for an expiring contract. The Mavs would get a second-round pick, and you're addressing a need that would be for this Lakers team for the first 2.5 months of the season with a point guard. And so that wouldn't be that bad of a trade for Dallas, in my opinion. I think it'd be a win-win trade for both teams. But, is the point guard need that bad? Because you could just really re-sign Spencer Dinwiddie. I don't know. Gafford, I think, would be a good addition because, just because the fact that, he's got chemistry with Luka. He's going to be cheaper than some of the other centers that the Lakers are going to go after, whether it's Mark Williams, who I don't think is an option anymore after he made fun of their loss, but who knows, or Nick Claxton. That's another trade we can talk about. I mean, Cam Johnson is a guy that was, Cam Johnson was a guy that was looked at by this Lakers team at the past. Could we see a huge deal between? This is possible. It would take a lot, but I think you could see a potential huge deal between the Lakers and the Nets. Maybe they could want Cam Johnson and Nick Claxton in a block. I don't know if you call it a blockbuster trade, but it probably would be for this Lakers team if you called up the Nets and you said, "All right, we want Claxton and we want Cam Johnson, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give you, I'm just going to throw this out there. We're going to give you Rui Hachimura, which that might. I mean, Rui is an expiring deal. Cam Johnson, Nick Claxton both have a lot of time left on their contract. So give you Rui and Gabe Vincent, and Maxi Kleba, and some draft picks for and I don't know if that's enough. I think the Lakers would have to add in one more player in that deal. So I guess you just add in, they would only have to add in about 5 million. I guess you just add in Shake Milton. I guess I don't know, to that deal, and who would go back to Brooklyn. But that could be another deal you could target is sending, and it would suck to have to give up Rui, but you could get Claxton, Cam Johnson, add 3-point shooting and add size. Is it worth giving up Rui? I don't know, especially when you could get Cam Johnson back. I think you'd have to give a lot of draft picks in that potential deal. I don't know how that deal would work out for this Lakers team. Like, I think there would. I talked about Rui, Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleba, and draft picks for Claxton and Cam Johnson. You might have to add some to that deal. But I just think that this Lakers team, they have to add in a big man. You can do it by trading Gafford, just giving up probably Gabe Vincent in a second. For Daniel, or you can just try to make a huge trade with Brooklyn. Maybe it's just Claxton. Maybe it's just Claxton to LA, and not Cam Johnson. But I know that is a guy the Lakers have had interest in the past. As for LeBron and Luka, I don't know what else you do besides adding in a center. I don't know what else. Like, there's these talks about trading for Reeves. I guess if you're going to try to go after Giannis or someone like that, Reeves is a guy you have to throw out there. But I think Reeves is a guy that you want to keep on this Lakers team. I think he needs to be a part of their future, with Luka and LeBron. I don't think I'd call a 40-year-old a part of the future, but Luka is a part of the future, and I think Reeves needs to be a part of that with him. They can be a backcourt that can do serious damage in the future. Reeves is still really young. Luka is still really young, and I think they've got a lot of potential. We'll see if that potential is showed with LeBron or without it. I think LeBron's probably back next season, but here's the thing that makes it really harder. He said he's not going to take a pay cut like he did last year. That hurts this team. That really does, and so and that makes things harder for them to improve the franchise. I think he did that last year, helped them and try to improve the roster. He's not going to do that again. It's already been reported. So, that will be interesting. But I don't think this team changes much besides the addition of a big man, whether it's Claxton or it's Daniel Gafford or it's someone else. Maybe it could just be Brook Lopez and free agency, which I don't like that idea very much. He's a great 3-point shooter, very good shot blocker, would help their defensive issues at the big man. But something that Luka really loves is he loves big men who he can throw lobs to. And he did it with Gafford and Lively and many other centers in Dallas. Claxton or Gafford or another player, another big man you could add in is going to be a lob threat. Brook Lopez, as good as he is, I still believe at his age he's still a really good center. He's amazing. He's still one of the best shot blockers in the league. Amazing 3-point shooter for a big man. And it's just still really solid rebound. Still a really good player, but he is not a lob threat. And Luka, I know, loves his lob threats and centers. And so you have that with Gafford or Claxton if you add one of those guys in. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Los Angeles Lakers offseason plan. What do you guys think the Lakers need to do? I think you just need to go after a big man. I don't know if it's Gafford or Claxton or someone else. But outside of that, I don't know what else this Lakers team does this offseason. That's probably, that's the big reason why they lost to Minnesota. Minnesota's got all this size. Minnesota's got Gobert, who literally almost had his first 30-20 game of his career against this team in the closeout game. They've got Nasri, they've got Randall, they've got McDaniels. They've got a lot of size, and that really hurts a team that doesn't have any size. So you need to add to that, and adding a big man will help that. But who knows what they'll do outside of that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out.